Some big news today, huh? Some big news today. Man, oh man. You guys aren't familiar with that badge setup that they talked about. It's we're gonna review it here and go through the whole report, or at least the blog that Mike Wang was involved in. And we'll break down everything he had to say. We'll go in more detail because in the video I kind of cut some stuff short. So we'll go in more detail on the blog. Let me just get everything in order and make sure we straight. Roll call. TR God in the building. Ricky Slick. Manuel Garcia in the building. James Williams, I see you. Pina for president. What up? What up? What up? Esco. Living off experience. What's goody, my G? Hey, Sean. I'm doing good, Sean. Hopefully you good as well. Charles Martin, what it is. True Born Chi-Town Coffee Gang on deck. Been waiting for you to go live, kid. Yeah, we out here, man. We are out here. It was due time. You know, we got a ton of news. Whenever there's news, especially, I'm going to go live with God's blessing, of course. What up, Cameron Valencia? Other dude, Thomas Dunn. What's goody? Underground Scoop. Hey, Castro, what up, my G? Chilling, man. Abando. Jay Nuisance in the building. House Buckets, what it do? Que lo que? Red, white, and blue bars. Man, oh man, we are out here. Some great information today. I dropped the video. I know I tried to get it to you as soon as possible. The homie All City Big Heck. Listen, if you guys want to stay up to date with the latest information, follow All City Big Heck on Twitter at BS1. Heck has been on his Twitter game going crazy, and he sent me that blog report and I put it up. And it looks like we was one of the first ones to get it out. What up, Crumbug? What's goody? Austin Burris in the building. So I've noticed, oh City, what country are you from? America? From America, B. My background is Puerto Rican. I cannot wait until 2K drop. 2K, ain't it sounding like a W? It sounds like a W, bro. But we just don't know how that's going to hold up. Like, is that really going to hold up? Brenda, I see you. Appreciate you coming through. Ali in the building. Ali Boumaye. Trevor Evans was goody. I cannot wait until 2K. A roll call. What up, Jesus? Roll call, man. Shout out your city. I'll give you a shout out. Tell me where you're from. We get this started right. Get the energy up. Get ready for this this report. We hear what Mike Wang will help break down what Mike Wang had to say about badges. I know a lot of people are confused. This is fairly similar to our old badge system that we done had. Hey, the gaming experience Puerto Rico. Wepa, yes, sir. Hey, I need you guys to help me out. Because when you guys know that when I get the rambling, I lose sight of the chat because I don't want to be influenced and I kind of want to get my thoughts out. But the good homie Badge Plug came through yesterday and I missed him. So if we know of some larger creators that come through and show love, I'm asking you guys to kind of let me know. Make sure I know and don't stop spamming until I see it. You know, if I see it, then good. If I acknowledge it on stream, so be it. But I definitely don't, I don't like it when I go to show love to other streams and they don't even acknowledge their chat. I'm doing my best. You guys know I try to do my best to acknowledge you guys in the chat. So if you see any other creators that come through, larger creators, and they got something to say, just kind of sound off in the chat. Let me know. Mike Wayne ain't want this smoke. Dímelo, Slim Rican, what's goody? Gameplay so far looks like a W, not gonna lie. This is what's crazy though. What's crazy is that we don't got no gameplay really. You know what I'm saying? I get it though. I get it because I'm hyped too. Everything sounds like a W. But damn, we got such very little information that visual, like that we could lock in visually. The current gen version of the game looks dope. Great ideas. Philly in the building. D Dot was goody. Ronnie 2K been real quiet. He did say he got a he did mention, Ronnie 2K did mention that there's a bunch more that's about to be dropping. come together and play only to 85 overall. 2K loses money. Man, it's tough. Oh, by the way, matter of fact, we're just going to put this out there because I'm just going to do it. I'm going to drop this in a video. It's probably going to be in tomorrow's video, but at least for the folks that are in the stream, maybe you get a first glance at this stuff. So let me bring it up first. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm going to bring it up because I thought this was interesting. You guys know that it's going to take a good amount of steps to kind of... Now, this stream is not going to be about, you know, VC and spending, stuff like that. But we're going to talk about all the new stuff in this stream. But just for your convenience, which I'm going to put right dead in the center of the screen. If you have grievances about your VC, we know, and how much money we're spending, how much more money we're going to spend in 2K24. This stream is not about this, but I just wanted to put this out there for the folks that are in the stream. You guys are getting a preview to tomorrow's video. Gameplay development, Mike Wang, Ronnie 2K, LD, the good folks that are involved with creating the game, those are not the people that we complain about VC and their prices and the increase in costs. Their hands are tied when it comes to that. You know, the business side of things is who we contact or who you want to know. If you guys want to know who's responsible for increasing those VC costs, I'm going to put it up right here on screen. These are the folks responsible for increasing what you're paying out each year. Our long tenured management team. Strauss Zelnick, chairman and CEO, 16 years with Take-Two. Carl Sladoff, president, 16 years with Take-Two. Lainey Goldstein is the one that I dropped the video on, telling you guys that she's the one who mentioned 2K was completely aware that they were going to experience a 7% decline for consumer spending. She's been with Take-Two 20 years. Dan Emerson, chief legal officer, been with Take-Two for 18 years. No more excuses. We got the names. These people got emails. They got assistants. They got teams around them. But we got the names. So this is what it is, y'all. This is where this stuff starts. And we ain't playing no games, Coachy. It's snow going down, man. It is snow going down, man. I'm serious this year, y'all. It's a different level to this stuff. So that's what that is, man. We finna make things right. We finna make things right for 2K24. We're going to give you guys the correct outlets to voice your grievances so that they increase the potential of being heard. When it comes to VC prices, again, those are not the people you want to contact to say, hey, I can't shoot. That's not what you want to do with those folks. They could care less how you shooting on 2K24. So that's just to start that off. We ain't playing, B. We ain't playing. It's time to get things right. Got to do something a little different. Again, for the folks that are in here right now, before we pull up this blog report and review everything Mike Wang had to say within the PlayStation blog, you guys know, you guys have, first of all, thank you. That's first of all. Thank you for everything you do, for helping to grow the platform. 293 already in the stream. We just started 8 minutes ago. It's just crazy. And I'm here for it. But thank you, man. You guys have really been just going insane. I had a goal before 2K23 to hit 80,000. We're about to hit 83,000 to start the year off. That's 3,000 ahead of what I had intended. You guys know my main goal for 2K24 is to reach that 100K. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Come through, subscribe, follow if you enjoy this type of content. We do this every day, y'all. We out here. Let's get back into this stuff, man. Enough of the nonsense. I salute everyone going for a no money bill. Appreciate that word. Salute to everybody else who's intending to take on that challenge as well. Let's get into it, right? That's what we do. We jump right into things. Let's jump right into it then. Now, there's one thing that I wanted to... I don't know if we should start... Let's start with the badges. Let's start with the badges. Improve paint defense. I think the badges start here. Was there a layup package? Nope, I remember that. nuances. Here we go. Now, this is what's spreading, right? This is what's spreading through the community. Should I turn off the notifications so we can read it? I think I'll turn off the chat box for now, just so we don't have nothing going in the way in case you guys are reading it as well. We'll leave the subscriber notifications on. I can't do no money build, but I am only buying VC once this year, and that's what it's about, Ben. That's what it's about. You know, it's just certain levels of change, because like a small change for you might be a big change for me. But if we're all like at the very least considering the idea of change, that's a W by the end of the year. This is a long process. We can't make this happen overnight. Do you know that folks are still complaining about the same exact thing? Let's just boycott 2K. I'm like, stop the nonsense, man. That's just talk. Great spirit, great heart. I understand your perspective to want to boycott and ban, and I get it. But let's be realistic. Is it possible for it to happen like overnight or within the time frame with 2K24 drops? It's not likely. So because of that, we're trying to create very real action that could lead to something down the line. And maybe we don't have the power to make it happen like right now, but who knows? Who knows who has that power down the line? So we'll just play our part, because I'm not trying to make this heavy. I'm not trying to be heavy for 2K24. Light and fun is what I'm trying to have. Light and fun. It's a heavy task I'm taking on, but trust and believe, I have no intention of making it like a heavy year. That's not going down. I'm trying to have fun. Bring it back to fun. I ain't gonna. 2K is finally putting themselves in a position that, hey, you guys can have fun on this game. At least that's what it looks like. So I'm gonna take advantage of that. So trust and believe it's not gonna be about being heavy. All right, man. What if you grind your build out and then they patch it? These are some of the stuff that's going to go into the research. Do you understand that? That's been my argument. But we're not making it about that. Let's get back to the topic at hand. We haven't really announced much yet. There's Mike Wang talking to, I think his name was Jason. Let's go get his name first. The PlayStation, Justin Corey is the one who's interviewing Mike Wang. And we're gonna get right into it. Here we go. We haven't really announced much of it yet, but the badge game is very nuanced this year. Let's put it in this way. He said, let's put it this way. The way you play on the court is going to reflect how your badges get shaped. Now, that alone, folks are like, because they're so conditioned to the current badge system that they can't even imagine what they're talking about here. You have things like Midi Magician, and we know the mid-range is getting a buff this year for fades and leaners within the mid-range. At the three-point line, those leaners and fades are getting a huge nerf. So you're going to see more mid-range games. So I imagine a badge, if Midi Magician makes it back into 2K24, I imagine that one having a huge impact on those type of mid-range shots, leaners, and things like that. But you're going to have to take those shots in order to make probably some sort of progression bar to unlock the badge. I imagine seeing something like that, a progression bar to unlock a badge, which means you're going to have to consistently perform the action that helps unlock the badge and then badge levels. So as I go on here, hopefully that makes sense to you. There's a similar process to what we've had before. Reflect how your badges get shaped and how your player looks at the end of the day. So these badges, from what Mike Wang's saying, is that these badges are going to serve. Put it like this. You won't be able to get a badge on Hall, at least this is how it sounds. You won't be able to get a particular badge on Hall of Fame if that's not even within your play style. So folks that are using Imagine Agent 3s and what folks like to do the step backs and the leaners and stuff like that use Agent 3s. You would have to consistently take those shots, which during the initial stages, it may be a struggle. But eventually, as you get the badge unlocked and then apply it to your build, you get a little boost because Mike Wang confirmed, and matter of fact, can I bring it up? I think I can bring it up. You already know, we be on it. We be on it. I think this is it right here. I think this is it. Yeah. Let's pull it up then. Pull it up then, Kochi. Okay then. Okay, I pull it up. Mike Wang confirmed shooting badges don't impact percentages like they used to. Now they either modify shooting attributes, the shot window sizes, or they modify both. So as you increase and you take those shots, you take more of them when you get the badge, and then you unlock the next badge level. If it's something along those lines. I don't know if you get to unlock as soon as you meet a certain requirement, but it's something along those lines. And that's what's going to shape your players. So it seems to be, and it makes sense. I don't know how many of you guys agree with that. What up, Biggie? How many of you guys agree with this system, this idea of, because I've heard people calling for this just last year. Folks that are probably fairly new to 2K, they were asking for, well, it should be based on your play style. So during the initial stages, I imagine it'll be a bit more difficult. And then as you get the badges, it'll be easier to hit them type of shots. You get it on Hall of Fame, you're going crazy. So do you think we'll have a cap on the amount of badges we could earn? I imagine they're going to consolidate, but I'm hoping that there's no cap. If you put the effort in, if we're going to go down this road, then if the homie puts the effort into playing great defense, then allow him to unlock something like the glove or menace badge. And he's good at it. Hopefully they separate, because there's a lot of terrible defenders out there who only use the square button, and 2K is not, it wasn't created. 2K23 wasn't created well. So that square button will oftentimes stall me out. Even though he made a bad reach, he could reach 2 seconds ahead of time. And I just so happen to be going that direction because he's in a reach animation. I'm thinking I could go past him, but no, 2K will let him get like a weird bump steal. So just hopefully there's no cap. Hopefully if you want to get a badge, then you perform those actions to get a badge. I think that sounds better. Brute and Badge Plug, salute to both Brute and Badge Plug, brought up how the badges might be live and fluctuate. Interesting, Kochi. Interesting. Oh man, wouldn't that be a thing? In other words, if you stop performing that action, then you lose your badge. Folks gonna be upset. But it's hella dynamic, and that's definitely interesting to keep it dynamic like that. I don't think the community's ready for that, tell you the truth. I don't think folks are going to be going to their badge like, yo, what happened to my badge? I lost my badge. They're going to be tight. And you know that there's going to be a ton of like, how do you say, like errors within the process. If 2K intends to make it that dynamic, there's going to be hella errors. Folks going to lose all their badges. They're going to wake up one day and lose all their badges. And you're going to have folks going crazy. All these changes make me think 2K23 was a filler game, as was 22, as was 21. Filler games. And that's one of my biggest arguments is that, come on, how many filler games are we finna get? I know 21 was a filler game, but 21 was a filler game. Now, keep in mind, everybody liked 2K20, right? A lot of people like 2K20. And this is why I've been trying to go over 21, 22, 23, all different directions. But the thing is, with 21, it looks like 2K finally took a stand that we needed to make it for the masses. 20 was so highly competitive. And 21, they said we need to make it for the masses, which is why it was so watered down, dumbed down, contact dunks everywhere. In other words, 2K had a misconception that folks only like offense. Folks only like contact dunking. So they put them sliders up high, which is why you was getting dragged out of the corner while you was playing defense, chilling with your back turned to the basket, and somehow you managed to get dragged into a contact dunk animation. So weird. But 2K thought that was going to be fun. It wasn't received well by the 2K community. They changed it completely up and dropped 2K22. 2K22 didn't have it completely, although it was the best out of the bunch between 21, 22, and 23. They still was ready for change, and they dropped 23, and it was amazing upon release and drastically changed towards the end of the year. So that's where it's at with that. There's just another way to make people buy VC off rip. No way you could be a 60 overall like City and get badges. Oh man, slasher build might be the wave this year. I wouldn't say that. I haven't seen anything that says a slasher build is the wave this year. I haven't seen that yet. There's options, and I tell you that finishing, hopefully there's a balance. I think 2K has already acknowledged very clearly, and they acknowledge it in this report, which we'll go over. Interior defense is the absolute most improved aspect of the game for 2K24. Just so you guys know that. You guys need to be well prepared, and hopefully you're not making the wrong decision when you make your builds early on. Know that they went into the game targeting interior defense. Now, I got to tell you that it's hard for me to believe that. It's hard. It's hard for me to accept that. But yeah, just try and pay attention to keep it locked here, y'all, because especially when it comes to your first build, maybe we need to have a live stream just talking about what should be your first build, and folks could dish it out, and then maybe I'll give a rebuttal as to why you may want to reconsider or really consider that idea. Because I'm still on the fence on what to make myself. Slashers are going to get screwed by the new bump stamina and better interior defense. Yes, it's all a matter of how we're translating what we're receiving. Because like the homie said, he thinking Slashers going to be overpowered. But from the way I'm receiving this information, I'm like, negative. Kochi, it's snow going down for you Slashers, man. You might have a season, but Slashers were OP in 23, and I think 2K wants to change that, especially because of the outcry for interior defense. And there's already the second time that Mike Wang has acknowledged the improvements to interior defense. So that's got to say something. It was on his radar. He spoke about it twice. Now, we don't know if he's speaking about it for the sake of accommodating us and alleviating us from our concerns that we have for 23 so we can make the purchase. We don't know if that's the case. But if it's true what he's saying, then I expect to see changes for interior defense, which in turn means changes for slashers. You lose a bar when the defender bumps you. You do that goes for centers when back to the basket. No, I don't think it's going to work for centers back to the basket. I'm not exactly sure. It may happen once, like on the post. It may happen once. Jethawk, appreciate the 199 super chat. Jethawk said, interior block this year, running 96 with a 70 block. Interesting. Interesting. Have they said anything about passing in 24? Passing in 23 was so bad. It was pretty bad. I ain't gonna front. It was pretty bad. I haven't noticed anything about passing. I don't think. I'll have to go through my little folder that I have with all the snippets. Barely could make an open layup. Well, layups were overpowered on 2K23. All you had to do was hit the button twice and go into an acrobat animation, and you was good money. 2K will take over the rest for you. Who made this paragraph needs to revise their words most of the time. This is a place. This on you seeing at the very top, PlayStation.blog. So this is directly from PlayStation. You guys are seeing it correctly. But that's Mike Wang talking. He's quoting Mike Wang. Here we go. Let's go. Let's move on. I'm excited. Anyone two-way sharpshooter, I'm kind of leaning towards that mentality of a two-way type of build with shooting. That's the kind of mentality that I'm leaning with. Mike Wang said it worked on fixing inbound passes. Yes. So we're going to get into that as well. The inbound passes were fixed. And let me help you guys understand what was going on. So you guys can have a clear understanding of why we had such poor inbounding in 2K23. I don't know if you guys agree with that statement, but inbounding was the worst I had ever seen in any 2K. They kind of spoke about this because what happened is that the development team, when they get folks in for motion capture, and by the way, inbounding is supposed to be the animations you get for inbounding, that's supposed to be fixed due to pro play, just so you guys know. But Mike Wang said that they had to recreate what it was to inbound the rock. As a development team, they had to create that inbound pass, the wraparound pass and all that weirdness. They had to make that happen. 2K has always had problems with inbounding, but 23 was by far the worst. The reason being is that when they had folks coming in from motion capture, they didn't set up people to do an inbound pass. So they kind of had to make this thing happen with their development skills. In 2K24, they touched base on inbounding, saying that they was able to pull inbound animations from IRL gameplay footage. So now it's going to be much more fluid as far as your inbound is concerned. Maybe it's going to be smarter this year. Hopefully. I'll keep my fingers crossed. Bash system is giving me 2K19 vibes. I think the whole game, 535 in the chat. Jesus Christ. Good looking out, man. Keep them subscriber notifications coming in. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. You guys know we do this on a daily basis, y'all. All right, let's get into it, man. I don't know if I got the alert box up. Yeah. Subscribe. I'll give you a shout out. It's all love, man. Appreciate y'all. Help us get to that 100K. Let me put this up. That's off. All right. I'm excited that we have a new feature in the game where you can mold your player on the fly as you play games. Going to be really interesting to see how that turns out. Patch number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Another nuanced thing, a very nuanced thing, is probably I don't really want to get into that. We'll come back to that. The play calling, because that's more from my career, like offline type of players. I want to talk about, and hopefully you guys, because this is the scary part. We get on a high when we start seeing things like that. Like when we start seeing things like badges and the new challenges and the learning curve and how you can mold your own player to your particular play style, there's going to be limitations to this stuff. I doubt it's going to be as free as they're making it sound. Hopefully it is as free. Hopefully you see a ton of different type of play styles out there that are effective. The problem with 2K is that naturally what we end up seeing is that there's a certain play style that ends up being the most effective, and then other players just emulate that. There was a time in 2K where there was a whole different play style, shot creating play style. It was slower, but it had way more finesse and options to create that shot. You had the sharpshooter was the spot up guy. Then you had the playmaking shooter, the playmaking shot creator, playmaking sharpshooter. And these were noticeably different players on the court. Hopefully we get back to that. Hopefully there's a thing that we can make something happen with that focus. All right, there's it right here. There's it right here. I know we were on a high when we're thinking about these new challenges to take on and these new mechanics coming in for 2K24. But my high got deflated. I was completely deflated after I read this, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, focus accessibility. Okay. What up, Red in the building? Yeah, 21 was but Ninja Picky said that. 571 in the chat. Drop a sub, drop a sub. Appreciate the subscribers. Tony Punk, thank you for the sub. Let me go through the list, matter of fact. Let me see who else subscribed. Appreciate the follow. Will got the sauce. Jet Hawk has super chatted the 199. All right, that's good. Yeah, keep them subs going in if you haven't. I don't think all 571 of y'all subscribed yet. So drop a sub if you can. There's a ton of highlights for gameplay. There's Mike Wang talking in a PlayStation blog that was dropped today, y'all. There's a ton of highlights for gameplay. But I think one of the main things we wanted to focus on this year was accessibility. Excuse me. Accessibility is why I think we've had so many issues with 2K over the last 3 years in particular. 21, 22, 23. Big Red with the $2 super chat said, you ready to shoot contested to earn Deadeye? It's a great question. Are y'all ready to shoot contested shots so you could earn the Deadeye badge? I imagine there'll be some other metrics there to help you accomplish that, because I don't think folks just want it. It might take forever to unlock Deadeye. That'd be crazy. That would be crazy. I ain't even gonna front. When you think about it that way, you got to take blinder shots to unlock blinders. Which means that first struggle to unlock the badge with no badge at all, attempting to take blinder shots. Do we like that? Is that something that we want to see? When I'm actually speaking it, I'm like, yeah, that's something I want to see. Do I want to play it? Maybe not. Do I want to take on it? Maybe not. But do I want to see other folks, when you see somebody taking those contested shots, they put in that work. It's a different, you look at it from a different lens. It's like, oh, he hit it, homie, because we shouldn't have left him that bit open. He worked hard to get that badge. That's when it sounds fulfilling. There are new layup packages, new layup animations. Layups are going to be a bit OP, at least from what they're sounding like. It's no different than trying to core badges. Well, coring badges allow you the option to get more badges onto your build. Getting the badge by performing actions is something very different, y'all. That means you have to have skill in order even to unlock the badge. Skill in that particular action that you're using to get the badge. So if you're taking spin shots, that MIDI magician, you're going to have to take multiple spin shots, and during the initial stages, miss multiple spin shots to even get good enough to start knocking them down. My career cheese to gain those big facts. That's what people are going to do. They're going to cheese my career. Put the game on rookie. Bless up, John Kill. What up? John Kill in the building. Jay Bape, it seems like we're being forced to play my career on Hall of Fame for the entire 82 games and 7 series playoffs. It's the same as 16. Thank you for saying that, Don. And I think that's what folks don't remember. And I'm noticing very quickly that it seems like a good portion of the community, and this is partly by design, it seems like a good portion of the community is fairly new to 2K because they can't even remember that we've had this already in the game. That's why NBA 2K Intel said old badge system coming back. For the folks that are OGs in the community, they know, well, we at least have a better idea of what's to come for 2K24. Now let's talk about accessibility, because when I think of 2K's understanding of accessibility and what they've been trying to do over the last 3 years and make it more accessible. 2K, if you guys don't know, they're not making the game for you, Sweaty. They're not making it for you, Sweatface. They're making it for casuals. Casuals make up, and this was just confirmed by Uncle Demi. This was just confirmed. Saying that, 2K is going to make it for the casuals. The casuals make up the good majority of the player base. We want to make it fun. I imagine 2K wants to make it fun for everybody, but it seems to be that they're primarily focused on making sure the casual is going to have a good experience when they get on the game. And this is the scary part about it, because you know that if you're putting time into that lab, accessible equals the people who are cash cows. That was Ninja Piggy. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're starting to understand. They spend that bread. Somebody put a comment saying that casuals don't spend no money. That is the biggest cap. Anyway, that was something we heard loud and clear from our community. Listen to this, y'all. I'm going to read it verbatim. There's a ton of highlights for gameplay, but I think one of the main things we wanted to focus on this year was accessibility. That was something we heard loud and clear from our community. That's where a lot of our design changes came from, directly from the community. Trust and believe that statement, and I'm almost certain it's the opening statement. Yeah, it's the opening statement. The opening statement was sent out by design. That's by design, yeah. Almost think like a politician. Design. To make sure that they say, y'all wanted this. Now, I don't remember anybody complaining about accessibility and the game being too difficult for newcomers. Obviously, it wasn't, because the player base was the largest it has ever been. So you can't tell me folks were complaining about accessibility. But Mike Wang Lee's, and this is when you start reading between the lines and you're looking at, hold on a second. When did anybody ask for accessibility? What are we talking about here? You already told us the game was heavily accessible to the masses already. Anyway, I get too deep and forget about it. I start forgetting about the chat. Then folks come into the chat and I miss them. Again, if anybody we know, like Swante, a badge plug, the good homies, if they come through, let me know in the stream until I see it. If not, just keep spamming it like, yo, badge plug here or Swante here. He goes on to say, let me move this up. And they loved shooting last year. I hate that he's putting that on us. I hate that he's putting that on us. And they loved shooting last year, especially the more advanced. It's almost humorous, me. I got to read it again. And they loved shooting last year, especially the more advanced and hardcore players really loved how it was more skill-based. And I think we did like it, that it was skill-based. I think we did kind of, but it wasn't like we was in love. A good majority of folks was saying, get rid of these timing fluctuations. I think that was the consensus about everything. We liked that there was a skill gap, but it was just kind of done wrong. It was implemented wrong. Salute to Mike Wang and the 2K dev team because they're intending to make some changes and toning down those fluctuations. But I hate that he put it that we loved it as if it was perfect and everybody was in love with the mechanic. Negative, Kochi. And really, it said let the best players rise to the top. But at the same time, we felt that we could have made it a little more accessible for newer players and for the players who are young kids or people who are new to 2K. So that was the big focus for this year, in just making the game more accessible. There's a reason why he's continuing to use accessible. And he says, and it really extended to everything from shooting, defense, coaching. Pretty much every aspect of gameplay was made more accessible. So we're excited about that. Hey, I'm not going to complicate this. I'm not going to over-exaggerate or overextend a conversation here about this. But I will say that accessible to me, in regards to my experience with how 2K has tried accessibility, has never panned out for like an experienced gamer, an experienced 2K player. In fact, what ends up happening when it seems that 2K targets accessibility for the masses, what ends up happening is that I get like dazed and confused throughout my gameplay. Hopefully they found a formula. Hopefully they found a remedy that they could make it exciting for veteran players and exciting for new players. But when a veteran player, this is where the problem happens. When a veteran player, let me go full screen. When a veteran player meets that new player, this is where things get complicated. Because a veteran player who gets his badges up, his attributes up, he puts in the practice time, and then he meets a new player. That new player is supposed to get dropped off ASAP. It's like an NBA player going up against somebody who picks up a basketball once a month. You get what I'm saying here? Hopefully the skill gap was like invested into so that veteran player could stand out from the new player. And it's difficult to make that happen and still make it accessible for the masses. So I think a good part of fixing that will have to be increased, better enhanced matchmaking. So that way that new player doesn't run into that veteran player on the court. And that's all part of the difficulties, yeah. Because OG gonna rise no matter what. When you make the game easier, what happened is it hurts new players. That's what the homie said. As a vet, you can beat a 99 with a 65. I've done it before. We know what it is. We know what we've seen over the last 3 years. That wasn't happening in 2K20. A new Jack was not dropping off a vet. A noob on the game was not dropping off vets. There was too many options for the offense for experienced players. There was just too many options that if you were a noob on 2K, you just weren't aware of these options. So it looks like 2K is headed down the right road. where they will give the offense the options so that skill can prevail. And then not to say that it's not nothing that a new player can't get to, but he should not just get on the game and drop off a vet out there. It just shouldn't happen. GBG Bear, appreciate you. Skill match based, seeing how Call of Duty does it, I don't think that'll work. Well, this is the option. And I'm not speaking in the sense like my word is final. No, I just mean to say from experience, you don't want a new player running into a vet who's badged up, and considering this new process for getting badges means that you have to perform actions to get these badges. So if this vet has badged up and this new player comes on and gives him a hell of a time, I'm not saying it can't happen at all, but man, you're talking about maybe once or twice for the entire annual cycle. For it's anything more than that is completely unacceptable. And not every vet player is, you guys, hopefully you guys understand because we could come up with what ifs, but hopefully you guys understand what I mean. A high IQ elite player versus a new player to 2K, we should be able to very easily make the distinction between the two. On 2K23, it wasn't very easy to make that distinction between the two. Maybe in Park, but you come into the rec center, you're like, man, you can't play any worse. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. No disrespect to them boys. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Some of these dudes was like, you could tell they were playing soccer for 20 years before picking up that controller to get 2K. They just had no clue. But it was hard to make the distinction between that new player and vet player. 2K teacher, $5 super chat said 2K better be careful. We saw what Call of Duty did catering to the casuals. Say it again. That game is hot garbage and they lost money. And that's why Modern Warfare 3 is coming out so fast. Interesting. How about having certain level or playtime on your build before entering the park or record like at 90? Well, you can't deny folks online. 2K don't want to deny folks online because that's what they make their money online. By the way, man, I have some great information for tomorrow, man. That's some great information in regards to, I don't want to make it heavy, man. I don't want to make it, but it has something to do with the spending and how they see how many players are online and how they're anticipating you guys spending your money. But it is what it is. 2K Cruiser said, yo, City, I spent $721.87 between current and next, including the purchase of the game. Unacceptable. Hopefully we understand that number is unacceptable. I wish more people were transparent, like in saying, I can't afford that. Even if I wanted to spend that, I can't afford that. I wish more people were realistic in that way and just say, yo, because if you took me back in the day, I mean, I wouldn't even hesitate to say that. I wouldn't even hesitate to say, you guys, I'll give you a perfect example and I'll keep it a buck here with you guys. How many we got? 685. I have art in my background. I've always been creative as far as drawing is concerned and things like that. So I'll keep it a buck here with you guys and share this with you. My family is creative as well. Heavily artistic background. I started with graffiti. So yeah, that was me in the hood, tagging up everywhere. That was me. Pilot markers and all sorts of markers. But yeah, that was me. And I had my black book drawing. I was heavily into graffiti. I ended up getting accepted. I'm going to give you guys just a picture, yeah. I was accepted into art and design, the High School of Art and Design. But the fact was that I grew up so poor that I couldn't even afford the tools you need to purchase to maintain being a student at art and design. What I'm getting at here is 2K is way too expensive. When I realized that, I had to come to terms. It is what it is. I wasn't embarrassed. I didn't feel anything. I knew it was an opportunity, but God works in wondrous ways. And 2K, I didn't think anything about that. Not, it was hurt, but I just mean to say, I instantly knew I can't afford that. It's impossible. You're talking about $6 for a pencil. Back in the day, that was insane to me. Couldn't even get 10 cents for a pack of seeds, let alone $6 for a pencil. Unheard of. That's what 2K is doing right now. So I'm saying, I don't think we need to be embarrassed if you can't afford 2K. It's predatory. It's aggressive. And there's no need to be ashamed if you can't afford to cater to this company that's going to continue to dig into our pockets. You don't need to be ashamed about that. Keep it a buck if you can't afford it. Keep it a buck with yourself before anybody. And you shouldn't be working hard to put yourself in a position to afford it, because the whole process is wrong. But anyway, we're not making this heavy. Well, yeah. Born and raised in New York. Yep. You can find a pencil for free. No. It's not those type of pencils. That's when he said you can find a pencil for free. That was good to me. The homie said, oh man, that just made my day. The homie said you can find a pencil for free. No, when you go into art and design, at least in art and design, they had their own shop. And there's specific pencils, like for instance, there's a blue pencil. If you ever seen like artwork, like when or comic books, they draw the outline with the blue pencil and then make the line on the face where the eyes are supposed to be. They make that cross, so that's the sketch, the pre-sketch that you do with a blue pencil. So you can find a pencil on the street. That was crazy, bro. Yeah, but yeah, there's different type of tools that there's different type of tools that you need. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to afford those tools. But it just is what it is. And then them art supplies was serious, and I had to go to Manhattan to buy art supplies. Yeah. They're a couple hundred. Big ups, Chad. Broke people stand up. Big homies. Some can't afford internet. Never mind 2K. Facts. It's facts. And we, just be honest. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. I appreciate you, Mr. Showtime. Pound for pound. Man, that was good to me. That's why I love doing this stuff, man. I didn't even realize I was on I didn't even realize that I was on this thing here. I went to art and design highs for a year. It was part of a program within the East New York Thomas Jefferson High. All right, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, John Kill. Merc go crazy. I have a good question, Old City. I'm wondering, is 2K gonna let the animation play out after a win? Like you mean like the I remember back in the days, if you're referring to like the park animations, I remember when you used to win a game in park, everybody will race over to the loser side as they're walking over and start playing off your animations, and then a lot of people will save those into clips. That'd be nice. What up, OG? All City OG in the building. Stretch Pig. I find pencils every day just laying around in the yard, Old heads play only rec. Well, I tell you, I don't play rec because I'm an old head, because I'd prefer to play park. But park seems so broken. ZNTV, my guy, I appreciate you, fam. Thank you, ZNTV. I appreciate you as well. Appreciate the 199 super chat. That was super dope. Oh, man, that was good to me. Are the animation requirements the same? We don't know. They haven't gone into that. Bro, I look like I work at a deli. Bro, I look like I work at a deli. Sit up, nose too long. What does that mean? Yeah, man. Hey, it's important, y'all, for dudes like this. It's important that you guys stay in school, so you're not formulating sentences like that. Because if you intend to go fill out your job interview and you can't even properly formulate a sentence, they finna get you up out of there. And if you're formulating a sentence like that and going public with it, you finna have a hard time, homie. At the very least, you know what I love about my upbringing? Is that as hood as we were, we can navigate any social environment, any social circle. That's what I love about the way I grew up and the folks I had around me. Not like these goofies who are still like they trying so hard to be funny or trying so hard to be hood. Not when they cross my path. I tell you that much. Not when they cross my path. But online, these folks are like funny, thugged out, Twitter finger crazy, broke, and gonna stay that way. And I'm not knocking folks in their work ethic, but you got to get your life together. You should know that this is not that type of stream. Save your trolls and go ahead on. And if you're trying to troll, make it make sense, glizzy face. If you're attempting to troll, please make it make sense. No badge tiers this year. I imagine there's gonna be badge tiers. I don't know if 2K would ever get rid of badge tiers. Big facts, KSQ. We gotta let these boys know. Jay, what up, Jay? Not 4.99 super chats. Jay said, "Not gonna lie, I was depressed playing 2K after season 3. All the changes they made to shooting. Praying that 2K24 brings us together this year. I hope for the same. And if if the game has flaws to the point that it's kind of separating us, I tell you that within our 2K community on Discord, 27,000 strong, we are going to do the best we can to make sure that we're bringing or trying to deliver a fun factor for 2K24. My priority in 2K24 outside of this NMS movement, the no money spent movement, is to have fun. So whatever we got to do to make that happen, bringing crowds to the parks, drafts, tryouts, leagues, pop-up tournaments, all that good stuff is going to take place within our Discord community. You guys could join Discord. You're welcome to it. It's free to join. Type !! Discord in the live stream chat. The link will come up and you can join instantly. You think we could core badges this year? I wonder if they're going to bring that back. I'm curious to see if they're going to bring that back. What up, Team Ambush? He said, why the F in 2K we need to use the glizzy hat? So that's a thing of the past, y'all. You're not going to have to wear a glizzy hat, hopefully, in 2K24. They're separating the side quests with the main quest. What you think meta centers will look like? It all depends. It all depends. Because we got to see what the improvement to interior defense looks like out there. In the beginning of the year, please don't get gassed up. Don't get G'd up in the beginning of the year from what you see from centers in the beginning of the year. Because they're going to be goated as they are at the beginning of every year. You're going to have to wait and see till the offense gets their badges up and then see how interior defense responds to that type of offense. And then you'll be able to determine what's going to be like meta for center builds. A lot of stuff is to be determined. And folks, if they're giving you answers and you follow those answers right now, that's on you. We don't have the answers we need because even if we get the builder tomorrow, let's say they give us the builder tomorrow. They say, this is what the builder is. It still doesn't matter because each individual attribute can be changed by a slider adjustment from Mike Wang. The effectiveness of each individual attribute can be changed by Mike Wang's slider adjustments, aka patch updates or hot fixes. So we just got to kind of get out there and see what the gameplay is like on the floor. And the beginning is going to be very different from how it is after we get our badges up. So it's going to be a little process. 5 badge points for a bronze badge is dumb. The career mode tasks and extra BS was mad annoying. It was annoying to me too. I ain't even gonna front. It was hella annoying to me. I hate the stupid 3rd tier badge. Those are the badges I need. Yeah, as we all do. Yeah, Jamal. even if we have the builder, we don't know if speed with ball is good or all interior D or close shot. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, Ben. Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm making a pure inside big for season 1. Gonna be the best build in the game. I'm kind of thinking of it, but I might lean more towards like a wing player. I'm thinking of leaning. I think it's safe to say with what I'm taking on, I'll lean towards a wing player. KVO official says Illuminati used to say Mike Wang playing DJ with the sliders, remixing the sliders. You never know what you're gonna get from one day to the next. What up, Cuzzo on YouTube? Just hold down on the spending on your build for as long as possible. Inside bigs were trash in 23. They weren't that bad. I actually ended the year. I think a good majority of all bigs were trash on 23. I think it was just a messed up mechanic. But in regards to inside bigs, it really was dependent on the point guard you were running with. At least on the offensive end. On the defensive end, they were better defenders than a lot of bigs you'll see out there. But that doesn't mean interior defense was good. They were just a little bit better. But towards the end of the year, that's the build I was playing on, my 6'11 paint beast inside center. But you have to make sure you're running with a great point guard that forces a double team. That's a shooting threat enough to force a double team so that your role means something. That gives you more offensive boards and an opportunity to get a dish. Close shot got nerfed. Two-way slashing playmaker on the way. What were, man, them days were so great. The two-way slashing playmaker was so fun. And he said, bro, if you're going no money spent, you might as well make a Shaq. So I don't feel, this is why. If I'm going no money spent, I don't feel I want to take a shortcut, because my goal is not just to accomplish the process of going through no money spent. I got questions that need answers. So I need to make legitimate builds, not just a build to kind of, because I'm limited, I need to be here. I need to make a legitimate build. And I know sensors are legitimate builds, but that's kind of like a scapegoat to no money spent. I don't want that scapegoat. So I need to kind of either take it up a notch, making a 2-guard or a wing. Like, I know I can't play the point, no money spent, but a 2-guard or a wing, I think that's a fair compromise. It's not a scapegoat like playing center, and you're still involved, and you're still going to have, it's going to be expected that you hit your shots and you could get some drives in. So that's where I'm leaning towards. I'm leaning towards that wing player. Super fun, that 75 3-ball 2K20 days. 688 in the chat. It all depends on the team, but in my opinion, you know what? What do you guys feel about this? Because there seems to be a misconception. When it comes to no money spent, now a lot of folks feel like, well, content creators, they make their money back or they could write it off. This is all absolute facts. So the actuality is a content creator doesn't have to do this. Can we understand that? You got some idiots that think they're too smart, and oftentimes they're just too smart for their own good. You want to wear your smarts on your sleeve? Oftentimes that smarts will get splattered all over the pavement. I just feel like it's obvious that content creators can, it's clear as day obvious that content creators can write this stuff off and make the money back. But it's also clear as day obvious that content creators don't have to even do a no money spent session. They're probably the last people that should even consider that option. This is why this is a little deeper for me, this whole process. I want questions answered, and I want this to be considered like a research study. So that if somebody down the line, like I mentioned yesterday, if they had a doctorate or they want to do their dissertation on a particular topic within gaming, maybe they could pull something. How aggressive microtransactions are, predatory, how aggressive it's become on something that was once considered wholesome. You know, these are things that, for me, it's just a bigger thing. And it's mainly based around one, just gaming, but mainly the 2K community. And I think it's important for us down the line to make this happen. The documentation comes into play, boom. Now we got leverage for somebody that's probably way more advanced in life than I am. And they want to pick it up. They take that research and now, boom, now we're on to some. So that's what that is. I do no money spent bills after I max out my first bill to the farm. Nice. It's a farm VC. LD, bro, that is just annoying. Hopefully your NMS sessions, I missed that. If you're doing no money spent, does that mean you won't pay for? I'm not paying for seasons. Yeah, it's no going down, Kochi. It is no going down, man. 2K and GTA. I've always been NMS, minimal money spent, and I'm more of a my team ad. Salute to you, Demetrius, for making that happen. Salute to you. Because I hear in my team is extra hard. Outside of my copy of 2K, I never tried to buy VC. Salute to you, Saeed. What's the meta since 6ix9ine ain't it? We don't know yet. We could only speculate on what the meta is going to be, but we don't know. We don't know until we get out there. I play my team, only recently found you. Enjoy your content. Appreciate you, little G. I don't have a build over 94 this year. People be acting like they know something special when they mention tax write-offs, like people don't understand business expenses. I'm telling you, they be brain dead. They be brain dead. Like, don't you see we are grown adults? I think folks don't understand that. That's because they living in their second childhood. That's what that is. They're in their second childhood. I've been playing 2K, but you know, the numbers don't lie. I just wanted to add that to it as well, because that video damn near went viral. And I know that had to spark a lot of feelings for some folks that are no longer around. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all did that to yourselves. You did it to yourself, homie. I haven't spent money on 2K since 19. I've been doing fine. There you go. They need to take that glitchy spin move toxic players be using on the ones court to create space. Yeah, I don't know which one you're referring to. They're in their second childhood. Thank you, living off experience. You know what I'm talking about. Will ghost statuses be back? Highly likely. Highly likely. PGA 23 has season passes as well. Hold this L. I'm spending $100 and still going to drop off all the tryhards. Go crazy then. I'm hoping to have a good year, y'all. I know I'm going to have to approach it differently, but I'm hoping to, you know, by mid-year, have my player maxed out and be out there playing like a regular thing. George, what's good? Spin move OP. The spin back? Are you talking about the spin back? Yeah, I know the spin back. Just get VC and then tell your son did without your permission. 611 spin move be killing centers. 703 in the chat. Appreciate y'all being here, man. We'll keep this thing going. Do I need to move the chat down or the chat just froze? There we go. Spin cancel. Right quick to ban and patch a VC glitch, but not patch bad defense. We spoke about this, and we were in the Twitter space with a few next makers, and they kept it a buck. Salute to the homie Javer's twin. Verde game. Kept it a buck in there. Why don't we see that? 2K very quick to patch a VC glitch. But of course they're not going to patch a glitched build when that build is making them tons of money. But it's facts though, pound for pound. This was the first year I played and was over 60% win percentage. Trying to get it though, 75. 2K community keep buying VC, so nothing going to change. Yeah, facts. We know this. We know that they're going to keep buying, but it's just a matter of helping to bring awareness that we could limit something. It just so happened that a small video that I made, 20 seconds long, was able to get a lot of other people in the community to start checking how much money they spent. And it seemed like the good majority of the players were all kind of shocked to realize how much money they spent. And that's why this whole process is important, because there's some psychological effect happening that we are not even seeing, that we're spending this much money. Way more money than any other gamer on any other game. So it doesn't make sense, at least in sports gaming. Sports gamers are leading the way toward increasing prices. Of course, other developers are going to try to incorporate recurring consumer spending into their products as well. 2K is not looking good for me this year. I'm more excited for Modern Warfare 3 this year. True shame. Well, 2K24 sounds amazing. Hopefully, it plays just as amazing as it sounds. Would it be smarter to buy 200K or 450K VC option if I'm only making one build? If you're only making one build, it depends on how inclined you are to grind. If you're only making one build, you may want to consider, if you're a grinder, like offline grinder. And when I refer to offline, I don't know what this new generation refers to offline, but when I'm referring to offline, means that you're playing against the AIs in the NBA. That's how we've always referred to offline players. They play my career. When we say they play my career, we don't mean you're going into the rec center or you're playing in the park. We mean you're playing AIs in the NBA. So if you're inclined to play offline on my career, then yeah, go ahead and spend the 200 if you had to choose between 200 and 450. But 450, I always found, since when I was spending money, I always found 450 to be more sufficient to get the build taken care of and add on to some of the VC you had left over. Discord, I log in or change password. What's your method of grinding? I don't know. I don't grind. My current method of grinding is making my, what I've done all of 2K23 was make my build and bring them to the rec center. Put that VC on them and bring them out to do my workouts, bring them to the rec center. So I don't know what's going to be my grind method. I'll tell you one thing, and I'm going to get this in order by the time 2K24 release, but I tell you one thing, I'm going to have to spend the season playing my career, like offline type of thing, doing the side quests. I'm going to have to spend a season doing that so I get a feel for what offline folks are experiencing. I want to spend the season without, like, even VC that I accumulate, I want to spend the whole season not even spending the VC that I accumulate, so we can see what you can get within a season. I also want to spend a season playing only online, maybe make a new build, starting for 60, get with some of the homies and get out there and see if I could accomplish that 99 goal within a season. Just playing online, see if that's even a possibility. So there's a lot of little tests that I have in mind. Hopefully I can have that whole agenda solidified by the time it drop. What up, Frank Daniel? I appreciate you, Prince J. Lux in the building. Yeah, the Jim Ray grind, yeah. Jim Ray. Jim Ray is a whole different badge. Yeah, the first season, I usually just grind VC and see what people are doing with the builder. Timmy Turner. No money spent. You're going to have to play offline or you're going to have a bad time. We know this. I'm fortunate, though. I'm a little bit more fortunate because I have some great players around me. So I will be playing it from that perspective. Not to say that I'm goated, but to say this is the differences when I play with my normal players, which I'm a player who likes to normally play online ASAP. I'm going to express those differences from online to just bringing a 60 overall player out. Somebody who's more inclined to upgrade their player to bring that 60 overall out. And how does that feel? That's the approach that I'm taking with this whole process. Think I'm going to do the same thing, All City. Salute to you, Trayvon Moore. What up, Chapo? I see you, bro. Finally, offline my career getting love again. Hell to the nah. I don't want to give that joint no love. Hopefully it's good, but I really don't want to play my career offline. Trevor Evans, remember when we used to play my career before Park? It used to be a thing, man. It used to be a thing. Nobody had a problem with going into my career back in the day and grind your badges out and then go into the park. It wasn't really a problem. I ain't hating on my dog streaming, but some of y'all dedicating and putting so much time into this video game when you could be putting all this time and dedication into your first pack to flip and double up. To each their own. I'm happy, and I appreciate you saying, the initial part of it, but I'm happy that folks got something to invest their time into. I'm happy that this allowed me room to create a platform. I'm happy that maybe folks ain't doing something stupid and they just out playing 2K. I'm happy folks are putting their pockets at risk instead of putting their life at risk. So, it's facts what the homie said. Maybe we are a little just too invested into 2K. And that's why I want to make it light, the experience light for 2K24, bring the fun back, bring the entertainment back. But that's part of the reason why it's a real problem, because folks are interested in it. It's a very real problem. We're just in a transition phase where hopefully we could find some solutions, and then we don't even need to talk about it again. Hopefully, my storyline in 2K23 was trash. Luck said facts, better than running the streets. He said first pack of chocolate. Big Heck said first pack of chocolates, hopefully. Oh man. Make VC glitches great again. All more said make VC glitches great again. Man, them VC glitches get patched ASAP. All hands on deck when a VC glitch come out. I'm gonna play some 2K22, see if it's as bad as 23 is right now. You think a 75 3-pointer is the lowest you can be consistent with? I'm not sure. He did touch base on the 75 3-pointer, but we don't know. But the community is definitely gonna put that to the test for sure. Bro, if we could go back to my point days, that would be way better. Last game 2K made fun was Mafia 3. Just imagine if 2K ran the other sports games too. Do you think they upgraded VC on games and wheel spin? City, you are way better than listening to some of these spaces. Well, all right. I appreciate you saying that. Who was that? Anthony Arnold. Was that Anthony Arnold? Oh, I think it was Jonathan 33. I appreciate you saying that. Salute to the homies who are hosting the Twitter spaces, man. They're trying their best. They're doing their thing. It's a process, I'm sure. I'm new to Twitter spaces. I tried it. I understand you're saying that just listening here is better than listening to the Twitter spaces, but we are going to work on getting the Twitter spaces up and running ourselves, speaking with the All City team, All City Big Hack, and seeing if they can get up out there and start hosting more Twitter spaces for y'all convenience as well. I may be in some of those, may not be in some of those. You get more familiar with the rest of the All City team, because each individual member of the All City team, we're leaders in our own right. So salute to the team. They help keep things running, help keep me informed. Always got my back. I always got their back. It's part of what makes our community so strong. How do you keep up with all these comments? It's not easy, Jay, but yesterday I missed some comments and I'm like, I didn't want that to happen again. My mouth gets kind of dry. Appreciate that, Jonathan. Keith Turner said, I'm playing this garbage Madden 24 until 2K24 drops. Madden is awful. I was hearing good things about Madden. Is Madden 24 not good? I heard the 3v3, that 3v3 mode is goated. What's a Twitter? Well, 6ix9ine-PG still be in the game? How I support the streams? You're doing it, Ty Released. You're doing it. Leaving a comment, getting involved in the conversation, consider joining our Discord. You're doing it. I appreciate that. I appreciate you asking as well. I definitely didn't know it was a team. I thought it was just your name, like Juice World. Nah, there's a whole team of us, man. There's a whole team of us. The homies are starting to stream now and make content. If you guys haven't seen All City Big Heck making waves on Twitter, he's doing his thing on Twitter. We got Slim, Red, All City Slim, All City Big Red, All City Tron, All City Toon. He's about to start streaming as well. Yeah, they're out there. You primarily see them in the Discord community. They are the leaders within our Discord community. So Madden is horrible, huh? Madden is okay, but they fixed most of the issues with a patch. We need new hair. Shanice said we need new hairstyles and head presets. I think with the community so on edge, it's probably not a priority right now. We're in a tough situation right now to see if 2K is gonna come through. So after 2K comes through, or if they do or they don't, after those first 2 weeks, we're like, okay, now we can talk about hairstyles. I can't. I know I can't right now. I know 2K is probably gonna drop hairstyles, and there's gonna be videos out there talking about hairstyles, but I think the good majority of the players who are committed to the game are gonna be trying to find out if 2K's word could hold true for 2K24 because they hyped up the game so much. If they don't live up to expectation, oh, that's gonna be a problem. At least folks are gonna voice their opinion. I don't know if it'll prove to be a problem for 2K. They've been breaking records, sales records every year. Ben said I could care less about hairstyles. I don't care about faces. I use a basic one. Oh yeah, we're doing, yeah, facts. We do tryouts all the time. we did tryouts not so long ago. But yeah, we're doing tryouts all the time. And for 2K24 it's gonna be different because for crossplay, so we're gonna merge the tryouts for Xbox and PlayStation players. Right now, there's two separate. If you guys don't know, we have the All City Lunatics. These are players with a good amount of aptitude for 2K, and then we have the All City Maniacs, and these are like the elite players within our Discord community. And we host tryouts within our Discord. I'll send out a message saying, hey, tryouts are going to start today at 3 p.m. Come through. And then you'll go into a voice channel and I'll call out players. We need a center. All right. And then we'll get you to try out against current lunatics, people who already made it through tryouts. If you're interested in that process, type !Discord. The link will come up and you can try out when I send out that message. For next gen is going to be different because we're going to merge both. Right now, there's Xbox Lunatics and PlayStation Lunatics. So that's going to get merged for 24, and hopefully it'll grow that side of things as well. There's a ton of players. They're playing every day. It's dope. I scanned my mug, and that is what you get to see. Yo, the face scans have been crazy. Dame Dash, and for what I've seen and heard, this game sounds like what 2K21 should have been. Interesting. Appreciate you putting that in there, Father Time. Slim in the building. I'm in the Discord this year. Yes, sir. It ain't only about 2K, y'all. It's a culture. Our community is a culture. You know, the type of vibe you're getting from this live stream is the same type of commitment I give in our Discord community and all the other leaders give within our Discord community. So there's a culture in there. So even if you're not playing 2K, you're welcome to come through and just feel the vibe. So when you are ready to play 2K, you have people to run with ASAP. Nurse Edlin said, where can the NBA 2K community give the NBA 2K A1 review? Oh, a 1-star review. I got you. So that's a good question. I appreciate you saying that. Right now, if you guys, I talked about this yesterday, and Jay-Z brought this up in the Twitter space, that Gran Turismo had to change a lot of their ways after the community, the player base, gave them a 1-star on Metacritic. So if you're interested, you may want to consider doing that. I'm not trying to start no movement here. Just share your experience on sites like Metacritic. You got to voice your grievances somewhere. If you want to put a 1-star or you want to put 5 stars, you have the option to make that happen. So Metacritic, I'll follow through. I'll follow up with you guys on that though. As I roll out, as 2K24 rolls out and we start playing the game, I will show you guys exactly where to go the most effective sites. So I hope to gather some more sites outside of Metacritic, but some effective places that at least could serve a bigger impact. At least your voice could be heard just a little louder. Because right now, 2K23, from what Jay Easy said, had like 60 something reviews. And it's like, I know 60 people off the top of my head that feel so, let alone the world. So I just think folks just ain't aware of where to put their grievances. So they'll send out a tweet. A tweet is easily controlled. It doesn't reach the people who it needs to reach. So, JE said 5-star. No way. Are tryouts always at 3 p.m. Eastern? No, sir. Tryouts are not organized per se because it's mainly due to me. I don't like to be tied down to a particular time. I do need to work on getting more organized, but normally what happens is I'll send out a message to let everybody know that I intend to host tryouts today or during the week. And then on the day of, I'll send out a message early. You guys end up receiving pings on your phone if you're within our Discord. And you'll see me say something like tryouts at 6 p.m. Eastern today. If you want to come through, boom. Yeah, there's European. We got the Asian servers, European servers. It's based by regions. So yeah, we're a pretty large community. So we had to go through all this stuff with servers and all this other stuff. So making sure, and there's even other games in our Discord, which we're going to intend to grow that Call of Duty community as well. So yeah, man, like I said, it's a culture. It's not just about 2K. It's primarily based in 2K. You got questions, we got answers about builds, badges, and everything in between. We need this damn builder and badge descriptions. Interesting. That's going to be content within itself, man, for a long time. What they finna do with badges, I imagine they're going to consolidate. Definitely some interesting stuff, man. 650 in the chat. Keep them subs rolling in. We are getting one step closer to 100K. Do y'all think, how many of y'all think that like I'm actually gonna hit? And I hate talking like this. This brings me to another thought. How do you guys feel? Because I'd be having strong feelings about this, and maybe my feelings are too strong about this, but how do you guys feel about people that talk in third person? I think that's a funny topic. Like, what if I was to tell you, nah, All City's going to no money. Nah, All City, he's finna do this. And you guys ask me a question. No, All City, I don't think he's going to do that. But I'll tell you, All City's finna do this, though. That stuff be wild to me. Though I can't tell you the amount of crazy thoughts that run through my head when folks talk about themselves in that way. Yeah. It's cringe, no? It's yeah, that would be cringe. I mean, and I could stay with a neutral face while the person's doing it. Like I could stay with a straight face like what I got right now. I won't need to make a funny face, but I find it weird and funny too. I find it just wow. You sound like crazy man, my G. Kind of weird unless you trash talking. I've always found that I've always been indifferent toward the idea of folks talking about themselves in third person. I don't know where that comes from. I don't know. Primarily what I think, and that's just because of my viewpoints on people in general, but primarily what I'm thinking is, oh, so you think you a character. So you try to limit accountability for what this character may say or do while you yourself are over here. And then when it hits the fan, you're like, nah, All City said that. Or, yo, oh, man. It's so wild to me, man. It's so wild to me. All City says. It's definitely cringe, man. I thought people only did that as a joke. Nah, they be dead serious. They don't only do that as a joke. These folks be dead serious. That's that ego taking over your whole world. That joint is hilarious to me. Hey, chill. Shasun. Shots and B said, hey, chill, bro. That's you, right? Shots and B be like, nah, Shots and B is eating chicken tonight. Like, what? Oh, man. Badge be doing it, but that's my boy. Salute to area, salute to anybody, to each their own. But yeah, I just crossed my mind, so I thought I'd bring it up in the stream. This is to nobody in particular. I just seen it happen quite a few times, and I'm like, man, I be a lot of thoughts run through my head when I hear that or I see that. Biggest problem W2K23 has repetitive as well. Same builds on every core, everyone using the same moves, same jump shots. There's no diversity. Yeah, hopefully they change that. Coin said like Hulk Hogan, not incriminating themselves. Yep, exactly. They're like, nah, he did that crime. All City did that crime. My name is Juan Rodriguez Luis Santiago Calderon the third. Shots and B said, I am him. Michael Myers said me. What's the bad? Oh, man. Rome said, make sure y'all like the stream. Mamba Moments is going to be fire. Interesting about Mamba Moments because from what I understand, Mamba Moments is supposed to have some aspect in the game that's going to affect your My Player. So some aspect in that game mode is going to affect your My Player. So it might be how we get Mamba mentality or whatnot. So Professional said, you talking about Anonymous 2K? Why? Anonymous does that. That's funny. Mamba Moments is going to be fire. Yeah, I got you, bro. I refer to myself in fourth person, Dame Espacio. How that works? How does referring to yourself in fourth person works? I didn't play the Jordan Moments either. And that sucks, man. I should have played that joint. My biggest issue with 23 is how everyone had essentially the same build. It did kind of make it dry. I think that's going to change for 2K24. You know you him when you got stands. Hopefully we get better build names. Tired of seeing the same. Yeah, like, yo, they were making inside out scorers be any size of build. I saw 7-foot inside out scorers. I'm like, hold on. We couldn't come up with a different name for this? But yeah, we got tons of replica builds. Like, no. You ever tried My Team? I did in 2K21. I was sick of 2K21. I didn't like what 2K did with the game. So, I took a hiatus and I tried My Team. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed My Team. It was a dope experience. It was refreshing, but I did not play online. I was already pre-warned that it's a rabbit hole you could easily fall down. So I refused to go online. And I felt I didn't even have an urge to go online. For me, it was just an understanding, learning everything new about it. So at least from that standpoint, I enjoyed it. I don't know how it would feel if I got everything on the wraps and I know how to play it, and I don't know how that experience would feel. Love Chef, though, it has a 79 speed. Oh, I didn't realize that. The replica build. My team used to be real good when getting good players was rare. Now there's so many 99s, there's no difference. Everyone is an inside out scorer, Pierce said. Facts. Yeah, I don't know how folks mess with them replica builds. There's probably going to be the same builds and stage and stuff. Sounds like the same Basuda for 24. With this badge info, Jonathan said, with this badge info, I imagine build variety will be at an all-time high. A lot of the stuff they're saying makes it seem like there's going to be more variety. I ain't going to front. It looks like we're probably heading more towards the 2K19, 2K20 days. I think that's what 2K is probably trying to deliver for 2K24. Or if it's not the game, it's probably an experience that's going to be similar, which means hopefully we can stay on the whole year. Everything was a two-way and everything was inside out. Yeah. This year, my team was pretty bad. The rewards was dog-ish. Yeah, I heard a lot of people talking about my team, especially with pack odds. and how 2K finessed the whole system. Pack odds. Pierce said, I missed the old 2K where you can be 5'7", and I don't think it is fun, but I don't know if the community wants to go back to that. Me encanta los badges de verde. Va a ser muy interesante. Interesante. Dominic Norris. That shows you how good my Spanish is. Toonie. We need Toonie up in here to translate. What size monitor do you play on? I play on a 32. My team, it was too hard to figure everyone's shot out. I only be doing layups. Delano, what up, Delano Dobson? Thank you, AI Matrix. I gotta keep it a buck with y'all. I'm not a gambling person, so this type of logic I can't understand. But AI Matrix made a good point, and I understand how I'm on the outside looking in, so please share. But AI Matrix said, laugh out loud, how do you trust virtual packs or gambling? I feel very similar to that. I feel like it's coding, so it's gonna be designed to make the house win. So that's what I have difficulty understanding in my team, how folks could go down a rabbit hole that the joint was coded so they could make the money. It's not going to favor you. I don't know how the odds system works, but my thoughts on business in general is that you're not going to win this battle, brother. So with that, I don't think I could ever shake that logic. So me going into it, I've never been a gambling man as well. So I don't get hyped over that stuff. I always play favorable odds. And I always err on the side of caution. And gambling just goes against all of that. So yeah, try to help me understand. Jonathan said anything online could always be a scam. Bro, what is the trailer sitting next gen 2K24? The week of August 28th, yeah. S. Skrilla said, it's like buying boxes in real life. Content creators make it look cool. I get it. I get like buying boxes in real life. So I can understand that point if you're trying to collect cards. So that's what I liked about my team, is that you could collect cards. That was one aspect that I liked about it. But seeking out a card is where I have trouble understanding. Like going in to seek out, like I'm opening every pack until I get this card. When I was younger and I got a pack of physical cards, it was just a cool thing. What did I get? You know, I wasn't seeking a particular card. I was just putting them into my little plastic things, you know, the card holders. So that's the tough part for me. Now, IRL, you get real money. Oh, okay. He said IRL, you get real money. I got you. People just sneak in that feeling of getting that card no one else can get. I see. We got to be opening packs in my career in a couple years. You can't sell your stuff in my team. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, I got you. IRL. You're saying IRL, you could sell that stuff. You could sell those cars, but you can't sell your my team for IRL money. I got you, yeah. Esdot said that's the thrill. That's what keeps it fun. When you get a great card from packs, you get really hyped. I understand people spend money on packs, but I don't. I always have excess VC, so I get if people complain. Okay, I see it. I can build a team in my team and not pay a dime and still compete. Can't do that in part. Folks are like money to burn. As long as they get the matchmaking correct or implement some type of ranked play, the game will be fine. I loved how they let you give your own shoe. Oh, how long are we? Damn, hour and a half. All right. Excuse me. Yeah, yawning is the cue. It's time to get on Call of Duty and wake up. I'm finna play Warzone. I've been on my Warzone wave. It's been fun, man. I tried it last night and it's been fun. I need to upgrade my guns. Matter of fact, I'm about to download the game now so that way I can upgrade my guns. I need to get on that grind. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to play Warzone until 2K24 release. I've had enough of 2K23. Folks are saying that folks are wondering if players in 2K24 are going to end up looking back on 2K23. How likely is that? Will you be looking back on 2K23? I don't see it happening no matter how bad the game is. For some reason, I just don't see it happening. But we're soon to find out. Wishing you guys all a safe and blessed